All right, here up at No Reserve, we have our beautiful two-owner 1967 Ford F-250, all original Survivor. It's in one of the best colors you can get of Arcadia blue. Boxwood green is probably one of my other favorites. They're just a nice era-correct pastel color. Never had any paint or body work. It's going to have some of your surface rust patina, which just looks amazing on this. Couple small little bumps and bruises, but it's extremely rust free. Like I said, it's always been in the Washington State where we don't use any salt on the road. And clear to been inside and well taken care of. And it's got a little over 98,000 miles on the odometer. It's a 5-digit odometer, so you can't use stuff like Carfax. But I believe this to be 98,000 original miles because it's so untouched and original. A lot of the rubbers and grommets I'll show you that usually don't even exist or are blown out are in fantastic condition. So we'll kind of walk around this truck. It is completely untouched. One of my favorite parts about this truck, or one of the parts I think are most impressive, is that this is a one-year only 1967 wheel. And if you see it, it's got the cutouts in the center are a little bit different. They have just a really cool, unique look to it. These caps are different, and how they snap on the wheel is different. They're a lot smaller than like your 70s and your 68 and above. And another thing I love about this era truck is it doesn't say F-250 anywhere. It's just Ford 250, and it's really cool. Most of the glass is all original. Looks like the windshield was replaced a long time ago with this. I took a picture of it because this cool company that's called Shatterproof, which is basically shatterproof, but it's hilarious how they have it. You know, it's got that. I love how it has all the white trim, beautiful patina on it. None of the spokes in the grill are bent. It just is killer. And the reason I'm listing it kind of as a project, runs and drives great, heater works, all lights work, wipers work. It's got older bias ply tires, no cracks, but they take a while to warm up and they don't ride the best. But you know, clutch feels good. But basically, the value really in this truck to me is the originality in the body. I hope somebody keeps it this way. But it does have like a crack in the exhaust manifold on the factory 300 inline 6. Another one comes with it that's in great shape. But a lot of people are taking these bodies and putting them on newer chassis or a 4x4 frame that's all rusted out. So we're going to leave the next step. We found it and kind of enjoyed it for what it is. It's just a great looking truck. But it's going to be the next owner, whether they preserve it the way it is a nice little farm, you know, like a farm truck run to town, or if somebody wants to throw it on a different chassis or make it a two-wheel drive and a hot rod. So we'll go ahead and walk around here. I'll start off at the front. You know, this has got some surface rust and patina like this. You can see it's still got a nice shine on the factory enamel paint. Absolutely zero body or paint work ever done on this truck, which is just amazing for what, 57 years old. You know, probably was actually bought in 1966. We have some registrations inside that are 40 plus years old. Just really magnificent. So you're gonna have some little scratches. This is just surface rust, no rust there. The only rust you're gonna really find is underneath the hood, I'll show you. And these corners on this side. The other side looks great. But you can see the photos of the underside. It's really clean. Just you can see the original gross decal still there. It's faded out. You could go through and buff on this thing and get some of the little bit of surface rust bleed to look a little bit better. You know, the bed rails and stuff like that. Somebody painted some blue in here, probably to keep that seam clean. But you can get rid of that stuff. I left all the original decals on here. They're not original, but they're older ones. Obviously, they were taken to college, 1994, 1996. The old Seahawks decal, Ferry decal. There's no cracks in the windshield, anything like that. So kind of take you around here. You can see it's kind of a, you know, a pale color, so it's hard to see the shine, but it does have nice shining gloss on it. Roof looks great. But if you're going to keep it in this form, I would probably replace the tires. I've sold a couple of trucks where I've done the tires, done all the brakes, exhaust, a bunch of stuff, and then just to find out they got rebodied. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm not owning these and living with these forever. I enjoy them. I enjoy finding them. And then I let the next owner kind of take it on its way. You can see the tailgate is aero straight. It's never been overloaded. Box has just surface rust. There's no rust holes in it anywhere. This is the replacement intake manifold and exhaust manifold if you want to do that. It's going to go ahead and come with it. But you can see how nice that shuts, how straight that is. There's no dents on the bed rails. Obviously had a canopy on at one point. Someone's drilled some holes. There is a little mishap right here with a little crease. And then put a dent in here. But you could probably get behind here, you know, and use a 2x4. But this is kind of like some of the surface rust bleed I was talking about. You could, you know, use Scotch-Brite, or a lot of people do what's called a Comet wash, and then buff it with a nice compound. This little step's pretty cool. It's a little bummer it's squished, but you can heat that up and actually straighten it out. It didn't mess up the hinges at all, which is cool. And it actually really surprised me it did not mess these hinges up before it messed that up. It's got its original, the Evergreen State, Washington State mud flaps, which is cool. Little ding right here and a little crease. Somebody dented the door a little bit right here on the body line and then kind of pounded it out. And then you're gonna have a little ding right there. But you know, got some scrapes and scratches, but this is the stuff I love. I love patina rigs. I love original paint. Your mirrors, I'd probably pop them off. It looked like you had the smaller mirrors at one point. And I'd probably shoot them in, you know, the Wimbledon white. So I'll start over here on the passenger side. One of the things that makes me believe this is 98,000 original miles is it is a bummer on the driver's side. I get you. You could do just the bottom, but other than that, the seat material is in really good shape. But the rubber mat is flawless. You know, they did not design these mats to, and the shifter boot is perfect, and there's very little wear on the actual pedal pads, but they did not design these trucks to be making it 57 years. I mean, if this had 200,000 miles, somebody really took care of it. You look around here, just a little surface rust, nice condition. Getting a little chilly out here, but and this is like, I think, just the fitment of how the hoods were back then, because the hoods got good body gap. You can see the shine down there. Take you to the driver's side. You can see there's not a single crack on the steering wheel, which is amazing in itself. It kind of makes me believe that, you know, this thing obviously was well cared for to make it. I mean, it's hard to believe this is only 60 years old. But look at the headliner and the visors. They're just in phenomenal shape. I mean, you can't find them like this, and little dome lights there. This stuff is usually blown out and long gone. You got some cracks in the dash pad, but it's got the original, not the original stereo, but it looks like original. It's the era correct Motorola, and she works. Choke works. You see along there is looking good. Behind the seat is super clean. You know, original manufacturer marking, but look how clean this is. Like, those have just never been disturbed. Gas gauge works. It's got nice shine on the gas tank. Weather stripping needs help. This is not any rust. This is weather stripping glue. But you can see the decal in here. You can see, I mean, if this thing was left outside, you wouldn't be able to read. So it's Jim Hickman's Chevron service. You can see the pedal pads. Just killer shape. So go ahead and, these hoods are heavy. And the rust I was talking about is right here, but you don't see any here. Inner fenders are in great shape, but these are kind of the grommets I was talking about. You can still see, look, you can still see the cutouts and the Phillips screws. Hopefully you can see those. This little pad here, those things are just usually not there anymore. This thing's in perfect shape. Look at the steering box, that's in nice shape. Tire jack's still there. Sorry about that, my phone's ringing. That little grommet's in great shape. So I do have the original oil bath air cleaner, so it has everything it came with. Dirty motor. Oh, this is the crack right here. So it does have a pretty good sized exhaust leak. And you will hear it. I'll do a run and driving video. can see the firewall is in nice shape. I'll pull out the battery for a picture too. It's in good shape underneath the battery box, which is usually rusted out completely. So here you go at no reserve, our beautiful all original paint 1967 Ford F-250 Survivor.